This is a shiur on the parasha Shoftim B'Shatrim. It's very interesting. All the time, people have some type of interest in all of the generations to know about future. Person wants to know who is he getting married to. Person wants to know what happens with business. Person wants to know what happens with children. Person wants to know what happens to the generation, what happens to all the Haristoy, what happens to, that curiosity is part of the human beings. All the time, in all generations, they had such a desire to know what happens in future. And there were some sources that they provided some type of information for them, and they would go to them. Now the question is, what does Torah want from us? What's the Torah's perspective, knowing about future? This desire that we have to know about future. And a lot of times we want to go to sources to find out the future. What does Torah think about it? There's a pasuk in the sixth parasha that Yachad Kollel wrote a sefer about it and explained it very much. The pasuk says, "Tamim tiye im Hashem elokech." Wholehearted shall you be with Hashem your God. You should be with Hashem tamim, wholehearted. Trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Trust in Hashem. Now Rashi says, "Hithalech imo b'temimut." Go with him, with wholehearted, with the sapelo, and have hope in him. And don't find out about future. But whatever that comes to you, accept it with temimut, with the wholehearted. Then you're going to be his nation and his portion. As long as you don't search for future and you have hope in him and you trust him, you are his nation, you are his chelek. But as soon as you decide to get different route in life, to go and find out from different sources that what happens to you in future, you rely on them, then you are not chelek Hashem and Amo. Very interesting point. There is an interest in the person. Finding that interest put an end to our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu as his nation and his chelek, if we find out about the future. Imagine you hire a driver to take you to the destination. And you is an expert driver, he's very competent, everybody relies on him, and he does a very good job. We have two types of people. One type of person, he relies on the driver, and he says, okay, take me 2 hours, 3 hours. And he learns, he does whatever that he wants to do, he talks on the phone, he's serene, with full serenity, and he goes on a trip. There's another person is very nervous about the driver. Every 15 minutes, are you going on the right road? Are you on the right place? Did you make a right turn? Is the right road? Did you get the right highway? Did you go to the east? East is right. And he all the time questions the driver and drives himself crazy. The one who trusts the driver is the relationship between him and the driver. Driver gives him serenity. Driver guides him and he's serene. He trusts. He makes a relationship with the driver. This driver is guiding me, he's taking me. I'm thankful to him. To the other one that he is nervous and he doesn't trust, he is breaking himself. He is going crazy. Every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, is it right, wrong, right turn, not right turn, sees something in front of him, is it the right place? Are we going? No, maybe direction is not right. Every second, every minute, something goes on with him. And he makes him crazy. Therefore, he cannot enjoy his trip. He cannot be serene. He drives himself crazy. That's what the pasuk is talking about. On the journey of life, don't drive yourself crazy. Don't lose your serenity. Those who lose the serenity, those who become crazy, then they can't be the nation of Avodah Baruch Hu, because there is no time that he could connect himself with. There's no time that he could make a relationship with Hashem. There's no time that he could enjoy himself with Avodah Baruch Hu. Journey of life makes him nervous. All the time he's nervous. He doesn't know what's happening with him. Therefore, Torah says that, Hamim Tiem Hashem Elokecha. Like the Pasuk says, that you possess them. They listen to those who divine suspicious times, and those that practice divinations, they listen. But you are not like that. Not Hashem Baruch Hu is with you. You trust in Hashem. Now, a lot of times you say, okay, this is for people that are sadiqin, people that they have everything right. But who am I? What am I? I'm not proper. I'm not a proper person. On that, Chavetz Chaim brings the Gaon Mivilna. Chavetz Chaim says from the quotes the Gaon Mivilna that trusting in Hashem is not depending on one's merits. Even if one's actions are improper, if he firmly trusts in Hashem, the power of that trust will protect him as an act of kindness from Hashem. This is explicit in Yachad Kollel, and in the name of Rimaya. Even an evil person who trusts in Hashem will be surrounded by kindness. Hashem says, whoever doesn't depend on what the person is, how chassid the person, how tzaddik the person is. That's bitachon. You rely on the driver, there it takes you. If you don't drive yourself crazy and rely on driver, that reliance makes the connection between and driver. Driver would take you. Therefore, here, once somebody came to Shlomo Melech and he told Shlomo Melech, I want to learn the Sichat Ofot, the birds that when they talk about future. I want to learn it. Somebody said that you don't need it, it's not good for you, it's not healthy for you. But he pushed Shlomo Melech. Shlomo Melech told him what the Sichat Ofot is. He said, okay, thank you very much. He told him. While he was going home, he heard the birds are saying that all of his cattle, they're going to be destroyed soon. They're going to die. He went home and he sold all of his cattle, everything that he had. Sold somebody, and sure enough, after a few days, all died. Then, next week, he heard from the birds that are saying that his house is going to collapse and get burned. He right away went home and he sold his house. And sure enough, after a few days, the house got burned. Then he was going next few weeks after that, he heard that the birds are talking about that this person is going to die. What? I'm going to die? How could it be? I'm a young man. How could I die? He goes to Shlomo Melech and he says that the bird says that I'm going to die. Melech says, I told you, it's not good for you. He told Shlomo Melech all of the events that happened. Melech told him, if you wouldn't have heard that your cattle would be destroyed, your house would be destroyed, they would be destroyed, and then it would make you tshuva, that yisurim, that things would change you, and then you wouldn't get the yisur of the mitah. Since you heard that and you took care of it, you didn't do tshuva, you didn't change yourself. Now there is a kiser on you that you're going to die and you can't do anything about it. Therefore, we have to be in life. We have to trust our Baruch Hu. That's the best way to go. Life as a driver. And driver is taking us. We trust the driver and we just do Avodah. Rav Shach, all of the Gedolei Israel say, don't rely on those people that they come and they tell you about future. It's also somebody comes and he wants to tell you what happens to your future. Who do you get married? What type of marriage? What type of, how much money you're going to make? This anything about knowing about future, Tasso says, don't. And it's also to to do that. We trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we know, and that's the best way of dealing with Hashem. Trust in Him. Once we trust in Him, we are mechazer or emunah with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that's the greatest zechut and merit that we're going to have in our life.